here's the workflow. I'll go ahead and run it. And what we have is a form submission for the ability to add 2 images and a prompt. So if you're thinking about doing UGC content, you can go ahead and add a product and a person, or a product in a certain environment, and you can go ahead and prompt it to tell it what you want it to do. I have a picture of Michael Jordan and a Pistons jersey. Here's Michael Jordan, here's a Pistons jersey. I'm going to upload both of these images and prompt it to swap in the blue jersey of the Pistons for Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls jersey. So I prompted it, swap Michael Jordan's Chicago jersey with the blue Pistons jersey. I'm going to submit it. We see the workflow going through. It uploads a file into a Google folder, and now I've received an image. We can go ahead and check the email to see if it's there. So here we are in the email. Hey Fit, this is the image that was generated. We have the image. We also have a link to the Google Drive folder in which all of these images are stored. So we can go ahead and open the folder, and we have the image attached. So we have Michael Jordan in a Detroit Pistons jersey. We have the Skool Community linked down below. You can come in here and join over 550 people. We have step-by-step templates on how to build these. We also have templates that you can just download and use. We have monetization playbooks, so that can help you learn how to monetize these skills and promote yourself in being able to complete certain solutions with these skills. We also have a 2-month daily task guide that gives you step-by-step guidance each day to learn more about AI, but then also think about how to generate revenue from AI. If that interests you, check the link in the description and we'll see you inside. We stored the images on imagebb.com. You'll just go to imagebb.com. You'll come to About, click API, and you'll just click Add an API key. You'll go ahead and copy your API key from here. And when you come into the HTTP request, you'll just come to key, you'll go ahead and paste it here in your value. And now you're all set to go for the image BB. Now what we want to do is add a merge node, and all we're doing in the merge node is basically taking the 2 different data URLs and bringing them together. So we're going to do combine, matching fields, data URL, output type, keep everything. And now we want to aggregate them because we're going to send them off to n8n and put them into the same item. So we're going to do individual fields, data.url, and as you can see, we're bringing them in aggregate under the URL item. Following that, we want to add another HTTP request. So we'll go to n8n and we'll just do HTTP request. And in here, we're using fall.ai. So what you can do with fall.ai is you can connect a bunch of different models from a single location. It's very useful for n8n because then you're able to really pick any model you need pretty quickly. So we'll go to fall.ai. So you just go to fall.ai, fal.ai. You'll come here. You'll go to My Account. You will click on Manage and API Keys. You click on API Key, you'll be able to create an API key. And then from there, we're able to go to this request and put in our API key right in here. So it'll be key with a capital K space, and then you'll go ahead and paste in your API key. So we have send headers using fields, authorization, put your key. We're going to send body. The body content type is JSON. Using JSON, you can go ahead and take this. If you don't want to build it out, you can just download it in the community. But we have our prompt here, and now what we can do is add a wait node. And why are we adding a wait node? Is just sometimes it takes a moment for the image to generate. So this gives it the amount of time, because sometimes it'll go through the workflow and then there'll be an error because we're just moving too fast and n8n didn't generate the image. We'll add another HTTP request here, and now we're going to do a get. And you can go ahead and just copy this. So we'll have the URL, and then we're doing the JSON request ID. We're adding a wait node here. So this is a 10-second wait node because sometimes it will go through, and if it's moving without the image being generated, we'll get an error in the workflow. So if we're submitting these in mass, it's better just to wait 10 seconds to make sure that we do have the image generated before moving on and stalling out the workflow. We're going to add an HTTP request after that. So HTTP request. What we're doing here is we're doing a get, and we're basically checking to download the image. So we're getting something from the server, And in this case, it will be the image. And as you can see, we do have our image that we can download. Next, we'll add a limit node. Just do a limit. Sometimes this will send more than a single item, and we want to make sure that we're just getting a single item in return. So if we come into here, we're setting it to max items 1, which in this case, we do have a single item, and we just want to do that before moving it to Google Drive. So in Google Drive, we just come up here, we'll do Google Drive and upload a file right here. And what we're doing in Google Drive is just taking the image that we generated from all of these requests and putting it into a single Google Drive folder. So as we send these to folks, you can go back to a source of truth or a reference and just go into the Google Drive folder and see all the images that you generated previously. Inside the Google Drive node, you want to have your Google Drive connected, which we have a bunch of builds on the channel that walk you through that. We're doing resource of file, operation upload, input data field name is data, and you want to go ahead and select your drive, and then from the list you'll be able to find your folder. So again, after you connect Google Drive, very simple to go ahead and set it up. This is the point where we are uploading the folder that the file that we have into the folder. And finally, we want to do a send message node. So this will be Gmail, and we'll do send a message. What we're doing here is taking the file from Google Drive and sending ourselves an email. So connect your Google account. We're doing a resource message, operation send. I'm sending it to myself. You can put a subject to the email, HTML style of email. It just makes it look nice. And here's the message that I put in for the email. You can go ahead and copy this here or get it from the community. It's basically just sending a link to the image, but also sends a link to the Google Drive. So if you're sending these to other people or clients, you can have a single source of truth in the Google Drive, and people can easily reference the Google Drive just on the email that's sent. And that's a build. So what you can think about with this workflow is being able to create UGC content. You're able to put 2 images in, you're able to combine the images, you're able to send the combined images and the generated image into a single Google folder, also sending an email to someone yourself or a client. It lets you create UGC at scale. It lets you create interesting images at scale, and it gives you a place to check them out in a Google Drive and also see them in your email. So I hope you found the build useful. I hope you use the tool, and I'll see you in the next one.